All right, so this first one is a fill the blank question. The questions go in order. Locate the keywords in the question. Start with the easiest one to locate first. Locate the first match in the passage and apply the rules. Pay attention to the language that's before and after the blank line because that is the language that your answer choice will connect to. Find that language in the sentence and you will easily find the answer choice. All right, so on the left side, you see the reading passage there. On the right side, you see the 5 questions. You have 7 minutes to answer these 5 questions, and you can go ahead and start now. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and go through the answer choices. And I apologize, I was supposed to give you the word limit. It was no more than 2 words. And so we'll go ahead and go through the answer choices now. All right. And so in terms of our answer choices, the answer choice for number 1 is full-time education. The answer choice for number 2 is officially stamped. The answer choice for number 3 is minimum fares. Number 4 is signature. And number 5 is anybody else. Full-time education, officially stamped, minimum fares, signature, and anybody else. So if we look at number 1, you find it in this paragraph where it says who can apply. It says, alternatively, if you are a mature student over this age, right, when it says over this age, you're talking about 25, but in full-time education, you can also apply. So to be able to apply over 25, you need to be involved in full-time education. For number 2, for mature full-time students, one of the photographs submitted must be signed and officially stamped. Officially stamped, and we see it right here in the next sentence. In order to prove your eligibility, you will need to get your head teacher, tutor, or head of the department to sign the application form as well as your photos, And then after that language photos, we have the answer choice, needing to be officially stamped. Number 3 is minimum fares. We find it right here in this where it says using your rail car. And then 4 and 5 are in the last paragraph. I have a couple of questions. One moment, please. Okay, I'm going to ask a couple of questions. Answer a couple of questions. Number 1, if you don't have a question, please don't type it in the box. Like somebody's typing mine, we're all correct. That's fine, bravo, but please don't type that in the box. I keep trying to tell you, I just want the box for questions. Are the answers should be complete the same as the examiners? Yeah, you have to have the same. You have to have the same responses. No, you can't just have stamped. You have to have officially stamped. Okay. I wrote stamped instead of officially stamped. You have to have officially stamped. You have to have anybody else. No, you cannot use others for question 5. You cannot use others for question 5. No, it cannot be minimum fare. It has to be minimum fares. You know, I get asked that question all the time. People ask me, it says minimum, the answer is minimum fares, can I write minimum fare? No, the answer is minimum fares. Right? They're not going to give the same credit for an answer that is wrong and an answer that is right. Right? The person that writes it correctly is going to get the full credit. Now, there are certain occasions and certain times. There are certain occasions and certain times where an answer can be singular and plural. The only time that happens, and it rarely happens, is when the grammatical structure of the question allows for an answer choice to be singular or plural, and that happens sometimes when the language in the passage is differently structured than the language of the question, and so sometimes that can be fine. All right, that can be fine. Later on, I'll confirm about the officially stamped. I'll double check, but I have to double check again, but you should have as your answer choice officially stamped. And somebody has a question about number 3. Yeah, I said in the very beginning that I forgot to put the minimum there, right? The maximum, you put the maximum, not the minimum. The max, you never put it always says, 2 words, it gives you the maximum. So what people are asking me are not problems with the maximum. You put, just stamped. Now, maybe if it said 2 words, you would have put officially stamped. That's fine. I understand that. Okay. I understand that. All right. Let me answer question number 3, and then I'm going to move on. Question 3 is right here. At certain times of year, there are no minimum fares, right? So here it says you can use it anywhere, anytime, bank holidays, but if you travel 10 a.m. Monday, so we're doing number 3, right? There are no minimum fares, yeah. But if you travel before 10 a.m. Monday to Friday, certain times of the year, except during July and August, minimum fares will apply. So you have to be able to get from the context of that sentence, that at certain times of the year, right? At certain times of the, if they tell you that at these times of the year minimum fares apply, then that means that when it's not one of those times of the year, then minimum fares don't apply. Do you understand? Right? They're telling you have to pay a minimum fare on these dates and these times. So if it's not those dates and times, then minimum fares don't apply. There's certain times of the year when they don't apply. One more time, the answer has to be exactly as in the passage. Okay, the answer has to be exactly how in the passage. You can't have a different answer, and you cannot have a synonym answer. You can't. I'm sorry. Okay. Is anyone else having a hearing problem? Or can you hear what I'm saying? Okay, good. So whoever's having a hearing problem, then you want to go ahead and work on your system. Okay, all right, stop. Please stop. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, we're going to go on to the next question set.